Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are nicely above fair value. So we don't have any major economic numbers coming out this morning. We've got some consumer numbers coming out at 10 a.m., but nothing to stop us from having a higher open on Friday morning. Last night was a big full moon. I wonder if how many of you stayed up to watch it, as I did. The markets often change direction on new moons and full moons, so we'll just have to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if we got an oversold bounce here. We talked about taking money off the table the other day, and the market really hasn't turned around since that point. So we are looking for a bounce at some point. Certainly not the start of a new major uptrend, but there's so many people shorting the market right now that seeing a short covering rally wouldn't be unexpected. Now, the week so far has been a negative week, of course. We all know that. The Russell 2000 has been on a weekly sell signal for 17 weeks now, and it is trying to hold the low from last August, so down nearly 4%. The S&P 500, second week of a sell signal here, down over 4%. The NASDAQ 100, which is on its third week of a weekly sell signal, down nearly 5%. And the TSX holding up fairly well, just down 2.24%. Some of that has to do with the price of gold, which is up over $77 on the week, making a new all-time high up there at the $3,000 level. Crude oil not helping at the moment, but not hurting much either. Down 67 cents on the week. So far, it's an inside week, and so far, we're holding $65. The Canadian dollar inside week so far. Quiet week for the US dollar index after last week's big sell off. And we are down really just a tick for the US dollar index on the week. Moving away from weekly charts, we've got Bitcoin and Ethereum still on daily sell signals. No change there. Looking at the VIX of the fear index, we've been in the channel for the past 2 days, so certainly a mathematical possibility of a sell signal on Friday with a close below 2220 on Friday. Now, taking a look at Tesla, or as the president calls it, Tesla, you can see Thelma and Louise driving the global economy off a cliff there. Tesla didn't even get back up to 250 yesterday. It was down over $7 on the day. So we haven't put in a new low here, but we're still trading below the lower channel line. So on Friday, we're looking for a close above $273.80 in New York. In Toronto, we're looking for a close above $24.72 to give us a buy signal. And this is certainly the time and place where you would expect a bounce. We are extremely oversold, but we've gone down and filled the last gap here, where you can see we came down and gapped higher from the flypaper channel. So we filled that gap. So this would be the perfect place for traders to come in and buy Tesla. So far, there's no evidence of that happening. Now, Donald Trump has his own stock, and that stock looks pretty much like Tesla at the moment, looking for a close on Friday above $22.73. We're trying to hold 1875. If that breaks, then 1250 should be our next target to the downside. Now, we're making money on the leveraged ETFs, the Bear ETFs, and we talked about locking in some profits the other day. We're continuing to move higher here in Toronto. You can see on the TSX 60, S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. Of course, when you take money off the table, it's not liquidating a position. You never want to completely liquidate a position. Even if you only have one share left, you should hold on to it as long as possible until we get kicked out. Then in New York, you've got the 3X ETFs. There's the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and there's the small caps all going up on Thursday. So, congratulations for those of you who locked in profits the other day. There's still apparently more money to be made, but not necessarily at the open on Friday morning. Looking at the TSX most actives, and we're looking for any new trend changes here. And so far, we're not seeing any. There's Manulife trading right back down to the recent low. Varen popped the other day. It continued to move higher. That's a reversal day yesterday after making a new high. No change in trend for CIBC. TELUS still on a sell signal, no change there, no change for Enbridge. We talked about TC Energy the other day, one of the few stocks that was moving up at the time. We're stuck here at 67.19. We traded above that level in February, but 68.75 should be our next target to the upside. No joy for the TD Bank. There's a new high for Quebecor on Thursday, and there's a new low for the Royal Bank on Thursday. Also, a new low for Shopify. So, no change in trend expected for Shopify on Friday. And our next target to the downside is 125, which is not only a daily target, but also a weekly target to the downside. Looking at the U.S. most actives, and again, we're looking for trend changes here. Certainly a possibility of one for NVIDIA on Friday with a close above $119.07. No joy for Ford, looking for a close below $9.42 on Friday to give us a sell signal. There's Palantir looking for a close above $87.69 on Friday. That's not looking good for Lucid, closing down near the low. We saw the Intel pop yesterday, and that's one of the reasons that the market held up as well as it did. Intel, of course, is a Dow stock, an S&P 500, and a NASDAQ 100 stock, and it was up over 14% on the day, which is quite a big move for a stock like Intel. Then looking at American Airlines making a new low, no change there. Supermicro traded up through the upper channel line the other day, but has not closed above it. So we're still looking for a close above. We're still looking for a close above $43.12 to give us a buy signal. Big reversal for NEO, still on a buy signal, no change there. Rigetti still looking for a close above the upper channel line, and on Friday that would be $9.15. There's a new low for Apple. Apple heading towards 203.13. That's our next target to the downside. And last up this morning, we're looking at Bank of America having an inside day yesterday. So it certainly looks like investors want to hold Bank of America at these levels, and we'll look to see if new investors can come back in and take this stock up, but it looks like the sellers have stopped selling at the moment. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like the market wants to do a little buying at the open. What we're seeing in the pre-market is not going to change anything. But again, in a down market, the market doesn't go down every day. Just like when the market is going up, it doesn't go up every day. So Friday could turn out to be a possible inside day for the North American markets. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice, if you're a member, will be on Sunday. Otherwise, if you're not a member, next time you'll hear my voice is on Monday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theyuptrend.com.